Here's something you're going to come across every once in a while: water on a walkway, and you're going to wonder, where the heck is it coming from? What's it doing there? And of course, it looks like it's coming from the roof drain. Now, a lot of new construction, it looks like they're starting to require these people to go under the walkways. And so the roof drains, you wouldn't have a problem like this on the walkway itself. But you could actually have a problem in the street. And I've seen plenty of times where the water will, from something like this, it's not a big deal, it's going in the street, nobody pays any attention to it for a few months, maybe even a few years, then all of a sudden it starts to erode the soil underneath the curbs and the street, and even probably some of the walkway, and it starts to sink into the ground. And then again, you're replacing stuff that you shouldn't have replaced if you would have fixed the problem that you're going to have to fix anyway eventually. So let's go ahead and see where this water is coming from. This is not the same roof. This is a different roof, but just want to give you an idea. I'm pretty sure the water was coming from an air conditioning unit, and even though it was not a warm day, it wasn't an extremely warm day, and again, this is just a guess. Your job when you see something like this, and you know it's coming out of a roof drain, will be to actually send somebody up to the roof to see where in the heck this water's coming from. There's a good chance that the water is going to be draining into the drain. And here you can see the drain here. This is for this roof here. So any water that would accumulate when it rains would go into the drain and out the side of the building somehow, safely, you would hope, and down the streets towards the sewers and off to another place. So when the air conditioning units, this is common, you see a lot of it. You can actually see the wear here on the roofing materials, whether this is just from moisture or something else, but I see this a lot. And you can actually see here, there's actually a line where the moisture seems to accumulate more, and this could actually be from these two units somehow. I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not telling you that's what it is. But you can actually see this is wet. I think I got a closer picture. You can see this is wet here. And usually what happens, most common thing for the moisture I was referring to, and that's a lot of water obviously coming out of that roof drain, the moisture from the condensation that gets removed during the air conditioning process when the air is cooling or the units are cooling the air. They have drains. Sometimes these drains drain right onto the roof. Sometimes they go into the waste system on the building, on your home. So it'll actually drain into the waste pipelines. Usually it's hooked up at a sink, and usually you'll find it there. Now, sometimes these get plugged, and then I would imagine they have overflows on them. The one I have at my house actually shuts the air conditioning unit off if it does overflow, has a little valve on it. I would imagine the newer units would have something like that also. But once these things start producing condensation and the water is leaking onto the roof, it goes down into the drain, and you end up with something like this. Real common problem. So if you have something like this, you see a roof drain, and you see water coming out of it, wouldn't be a bad idea to contact the maintenance people of the building, or if this is on your property, to somehow get somebody up there to check the roof or the air conditioning, see what's going on. I actually seen one time, I woke up one morning, there was water just pouring off of the building. I lived in an apartment building. The water was just coming off the roof. I grabbed a ladder, went up on top, and it was a water heater. It was I want to say, we used to call them Ray Packs. I don't know if that's if it's the manufacturer or the type of water heating unit, but it was the water heater up on the roof, and the pressure relief valve was wide open, just dumping water off of the roof. And of course, I wasn't about to tackle that one. Contacted the maintenance or the owner of the property, or the maintenance property manager, and then they fixed it. But definitely don't want to leave something like this because of the problems it's going to create with erosion, and then all of this stuff will start to settle and sink, and then someone's going to have to come and fix it all in the future anyway, and fix the original problem. So why not just fix the original problem when you see something like this, so that you don't need to spend more money in the future?